Good afternoon. In a few minutes, I would like to talk about recognition of prior learning, or as I like better, recognition of prior learning outcomes, or RPL. Actually, it has many names. It is called PLAR in Canada, Prior Learning Assessment and Recognition. It is called Validation of Experiential Learning Outcomes in France. It has many names, but the principle is the same everywhere. And for me, RPL is at the same time a philosophy and a policy tool. It's a philosophy because it's basically saying that we all learn everywhere and all the time. And these learning leading to learning outcomes should be recognized. The learning outcomes coming from any kind of learning, whether formal, non-formal, or informal, should be given currency. And to be given currency, it has to be recognized. So the most obvious way to deal with RPL is to go to a qualification, to award qualification to the successful applicants into an RPL process. And that's why, for me, it's a policy tool as well. It's a policy tool because it's very flexible. It basically leads to the outcomes you need for your country. In some country, RPL goes to the full qualification. In some other country, it goes to credits toward a qualification. In some other countries, it goes to a certificate of labor market competencies. It has no currency, it has no value in the education and training system, but it has value in the labor market. So you see, RPL has double currency. Currency in the formal education and training system, because you may want to access, you may want to come back to resume studies, and it has value in the labor market because very often having a certificate is an additional level of employability. RPL is also a very interesting system to organize the higher education system, the tertiary education system, because with RPL it becomes possible to organize a multi-entry, multi-exit system by which people may enter the tertiary education system at any point in time and leave the higher education system at any point in time. This is because the system would recognize the learning outcomes from prior learning, and therefore they would be positioned in the tertiary education system at their real level. And they would not start to learn again. They would not have to learn again what they already know. They wouldn't have to start from scratch. They could just enter the system at the level they are. And then they could leave the system at the level they want, not so much for shortening higher education, but to organize higher education throughout life and not only when people are young. RPL is also very good for promoting lifelong learning because we have strong evidence that successful RPL candidates have a very increased self-esteem. And self-esteem is a very good predictor for engaging later in life into additional formal, non-formal or informal learning. We also have strong evidence that self-esteem is a good predictor of employability. So you see, RPL has a double currency. RPL has currency in the education and training system because it helps people resuming studies. It helps people coming back into the formal lifelong learning system, and it has currency in the labor market because people become more employable. This is all what I want to talk about today, but hopefully I'll be able to give you more input during the Berlin conference anytime soon. Thank you so much.